Since many services are closed because of this pandemic, some drivers are facing deactivations because of these services being closed. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now. Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for different things within the rideshare industry, whether it's updates to what's going on, news, tips and tricks for passengers and drivers, or what happens on real rideshare rides, start now by hitting that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. So some drivers are getting deactivated temporarily, but the problem with this is some of these temporary deactivations may not know when they will be reactivated. And this is because the background check system, some drivers actually go through a more thorough process, and sometimes during this background check, they are actually kicked off of the platform while they are processing it. But because, unfortunately, most offices and DMV offices are closed for some background checks, then they are unable to actually complete all of the background checks. So if you've signed up and you maybe go through a more thorough background check process, you could be deactivated instead of just a few days when they normally do it. It could last several weeks depending on your state and how long it actually stays closed. So as you see right here, this is a screenshot that a driver received from Lyft, and this states that your annual background check is delayed because of COVID-19 related closures of local courts and DMV offices. You won't be able to drive with Lyft until your background check is complete. You can return your rental vehicle at any time to avoid ongoing rental fees. And this driver's got a double whammy because unfortunately he's renting a vehicle, so that could be an issue within itself. But this person is unable to continue driving because of these closures of the offices, either the DMV office or the local courts, so they're not able to process these background checks. And that is a problem because it could be potentially a very long time. So if you are a driver and you know that your annual background check is coming up very soon, and you're still out on the road, then this may be something that could be happening to you where it's a temporary deactivation and you're going to, unfortunately, be deactivated for an unknown amount of time, and it really is going to depend on when your state gets going again, when these services can be completed and reported back to Uber or Lyft to continue driving again. Now, this is not a guarantee that you will be deactivated if your annual check is coming while these offices are still closed. It may happen to some drivers, but it won't happen to all drivers. There are some things in place that sometimes some drivers don't get deactivated and their background check just comes through and they don't even know that it's going on, but they're still driving continually. So it really just depends on what's going on and how they're going to process those background checks to begin with. Now, what I find kind of funny and amazingly ironic is that this driver that I showed the screenshot of earlier was from the Atlanta, Georgia market. And there was another screenshot that I'm showing you right now, which was from Atlanta. And this is from Lyft again, saying, your rides are essential. We know this is a challenging time, that earnings for many people who drive with Lyft have declined due to the virus. We want to let you know that drivers are currently in demand for essential trips in Atlanta, and the hourly earnings are above average for this time of the year. And that's pretty much all I had for this screenshot, but it's still pretty ironic, as I said, and I do find this extra funny because one driver's being deactivated because they can't complete the background check, even though I'm sure nothing has actually changed, and they're still able to continue driving, but unable to drive for the foreseeable future. And then they have, on the flip side, they're trying to get drivers back to come back and start driving again, because maybe some people just don't want to go out there and drive at all because of what's going on in the world today. Now, if you've been deactivated temporarily because of a background check that's been unable to be completed, please comment below, let me know what's going on and also what state it is. All right, that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Also, make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, your delivery drivers, and your shoppers. And we'll see you next time.